Ladies, if you've ever wondered how to become the woman he can't lose, it starts with a shift in focus. Not on him, but on you. The first thing you need to know is this. The most attractive quality you can possess is self-confidence. Not the kind that shows up in how you look, but the kind that exists in your heart, mind, and life. A man can feel it when a woman's intelligence is vital. Understanding how you feel, why you feel it, and how to express it in a way that fosters connection rather than conflict is a game changer. Men respect a woman who can communicate her needs, desires, and boundaries without creating drama or unnecessary tension. Speaking of boundaries, healthy relationships require balance. Yes, be vulnerable, be open, but don't forget to also be a challenge. Men value what they have to work for. Don't be too available, too predictable, or too easy to win over. Keep an element of mystery, excitement, and self-respect that requires him to put in the effort. Self-confidence is about knowing who you are and embracing that without seeking validation from anyone else. It's about walking into a room and not wondering if people like you, but knowing you are enough exactly as you are. Is understanding your strengths, acknowledging your weaknesses, and still believing that you have value simply by being yourself. This is the core of true confidence. It doesn't waver based on what others think or say. When you carry this kind of confidence, it's powerful because it tells the world and him that you are not afraid to be who you are. Independence goes hand in hand with self-confidence because it means you are living your own life fully. You are not waiting for someone else to make you happy or give your life meaning. You have your own passions, your own goals, your own circle of friends, and you pursue these things with or without a partner. This kind of independence makes you irresistible because it shows that you can stand on your own. You aren't dependent on someone else for your happiness or sense of fulfillment. When a woman is both confident in who she is and independent in how she lives, she sends a clear message to a man. I am here because I want to be, not because I need to be. This distinction is what sets you apart. It shows that you are a whole person on your own and that any relationship with you will be a partnership, not a dependency. Men are naturally drawn to women who are confident and independent because they see her as someone who adds to their life, not someone who takes away from their freedom or autonomy. You become someone he admires, respects, and wants to be with because you are already thriving on your own. Self-confidence and independence create an aura of strength and allure that cannot be faked. It's the kind of energy that attracts not only romantic partners, but also friends, opportunities, and success into your life. When you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, not for anyone else, but for you, you naturally become the woman who is hard to lose because you have already built a life you love. Emotional intelligence is about understanding not just your own feelings, but also the emotions of the person you are with. It means being aware of how you feel in different situations and being able to name those feelings instead of letting them control you. When you are in touch with your emotions, you are able to express yourself in a way that is clear and direct without letting your feelings overwhelm the conversation. This kind of control shows maturity because it means you can talk about what is going on inside of you without creating unnecessary conflict or drama. Emotional intelligence is also about listening. It means paying attention not only to what he says, but to how he says it. You notice the tone of his voice, the expressions on his face, the way his body moves. All of these are clues to what he might be feeling, even if he is not saying it directly. When you can pick up on these signs and respond in a way that shows you understand him, it creates a deeper connection between you. It makes him feel seen and heard, which is something everyone craves in a relationship. Another aspect of emotional intelligence is empathy. This is the ability to put yourself in his shoes and imagine how he might be feeling. It's about recognizing that he has his own fears, insecurities, and struggles just like you. When you can approach your relationship with empathy, you become more compassionate and more patient. Instead of reacting immediately to something that upsets you, you take a step back and try to understand where he is coming from. This doesn't mean excusing bad behavior, but it does mean giving him the benefit of the doubt and communicating from a place of understanding rather than accusation. Emotional intelligence also helps you handle conflict in a healthy way. Instead of letting emotions escalate, you are able to keep the conversation focused on the issue at hand. You express how you feel without attacking him, and you listen to his perspective without interrupting. This creates an environment where both of you feel safe to be vulnerable and honest. When conflict is handled with emotional intelligence, it doesn't tear the relationship apart. Instead, it brings you closer because it shows that you can navigate challenges together in a respectful and thoughtful way. Being emotionally intelligent doesn't mean you never get upset or that you always have the perfect response. It means you are aware of your emotions and you take responsibility for them. You don't blame him for how you feel, and you don't expect him to fix everything for you. You communicate openly and you create space for him to do the same. This level of emotional maturity is what builds trust and intimacy in a relationship because it shows that you can handle both the good times and the difficult moments with grace and understanding. In the end, emotional intelligence is what allows a relationship to grow. It is what helps you both navigate the highs and the lows without losing sight of what matters most. When you are emotionally intelligent, you become the kind of woman who can build a strong, lasting connection because you understand not just how to love him, but how to understand him as well. Being a challenge is about maintaining a certain level of intrigue and excitement in the relationship. It doesn't mean playing mind games or withholding affection. Instead, it's about keeping a sense of independence and mystery alive. A man is naturally drawn to a woman who keeps him on his toes, who doesn't reveal everything about herself all at once, and who doesn't make herself too available at every moment. When you are a challenge, you are not easy to figure out, and that creates a sense of pursuit and adventure for him. Being a challenge means that you have your own life, and you are not always waiting around for him to call or make plans. You are busy with your own goals, your own passions, and your own friends. This makes you more attractive because it shows that you are not dependent on him for your happiness. You have a life that is fulfilling on its own, and he has to put in the effort to be a part of it. When a man sees that he has to work to win your time and attention, it makes him value you more. It makes him realize that being with you is a privilege, not something to be taken for granted. At the same time, being a challenge doesn't mean being distant or unavailable all the time. It's about finding the balance between showing interest and maintaining your standards. You are not afraid to express your feelings or show that you care, but you also don't bend over backward to make things easy for him. If he wants to be with you, he needs to prove that he is willing to put in the effort to meet your standards. This means setting boundaries and sticking to them. When you show that you are willing to walk away if your standards aren't met, it sends a powerful message that you respect yourself and that you won't settle for anything less than what you deserve. Being a challenge is also about creating a dynamic of growth and excitement in the relationship. When you are constantly evolving and growing as a person, it keeps the relationship fresh and exciting. A man will always be drawn to a woman who is unpredictable unpredictable in a positive way, who keeps surprising him with her strength, her ambition, and her sense of adventure. When you are constantly challenging yourself to be better, to pursue your goals, and to explore new experiences, it inspires him to do the same. This creates a relationship where both of you are constantly growing and pushing each other to new heights. Ultimately, being a challenge is about maintaining your sense of self-worth and not lowering your standards just to keep him around. It's about showing him that you are a woman who knows her value and who expects to be treated with respect and appreciation. When you are a challenge, you make him work for your affection, and that makes it all the more rewarding for him when he earns it. It creates a dynamic where he feels motivated to keep pursuing you, to keep winning your heart over and over again, because he knows that you are not someone who will settle for anything less than what you truly deserve. Nurturing the relationship is about putting in the consistent effort to keep the connection strong and healthy. It means showing appreciation, care, and love in ways that matter to both you and your partner. A relationship is not something that can survive on its own without attention. Just like anything worth having, it requires effort and time to grow and thrive. When you nurture the relationship, you are making a conscious choice to invest in the bond you share with your partner. One of the most important ways to nurture a relationship is by being present. This means actively listening when he talks, showing genuine interest in his life, and being there for him emotionally. It's about giving him your undivided attention when you are together and making sure he feels seen and valued. Being present also means being emotionally available and open. It's not just about being physically there, but about being connected on a deeper level. When you are present, you create an environment where he feels safe to open up and share his thoughts and feelings with you. Another key aspect of nurturing the relationship is expressing appreciation and gratitude. It's easy to take each other for granted over time, but showing appreciation keeps the connection strong. Small acts of kindness go a long way in making your partner feel valued. Whether it's a simple thank you for something he did or acknowledging the effort he puts into the relationship, these gestures make a big difference. When you make an effort to express how much you appreciate him, it reinforces the bond and makes him feel like he matters to you. Nurturing the relationship also involves being supportive. This means being his biggest cheerleader and encouraging him to pursue his goals and dreams. It's about being there to lift him up when he is down and celebrating his successes alongside him. Support comes in many forms, whether it's offering advice when he needs it, being a shoulder to lean on during tough times, or simply believing in him when he doubts himself. When you show that you are there for him no matter what, it creates a sense of security in the relationship and strengthens the trust between you. In addition to emotional support, physical affection is another important way to nurture the relationship. Simple gestures like holding hands, giving a hug or a kiss, and being close to each other help maintain intimacy and closeness. Physical touch is a powerful way to communicate love and affection, and it can help deepen the emotional connection between you. Even in moments when words aren't enough, physical affection can reassure him that you care and that you are there for him. It's also important to nurture the relationship by keeping the romance alive. Over time, it can be easy to fall into routines and let the excitement fade, but making an effort to keep things fresh and exciting is essential. Plan date nights, surprise him with thoughtful gestures, or try new activities together. It's about continuing to court each other, even after you've been together for a while. When you put effort into keeping the romance alive, it shows that you are still invested in the relationship and that you value the time you spend together. Lastly, nurturing the relationship means being willing to grow and evolve together. No relationship is perfect and there will always be challenges, but what matters is how you navigate those challenges as a team. Being open to change and willing to work through difficulties shows that you are committed to making the relationship work. It's about being patient, understanding, and willing to compromise when needed. When you approach the relationship with a mindset of growth, you create a strong foundation that can withstand any obstacle. In the end, nurturing the relationship is about choosing to prioritize each other every day. It's about making the effort to show love, support, and appreciation in both the big moments and the small ones. When you nurture the relationship, you create a bond that is strong, resilient, and built to last. Healthy boundaries are essential to any successful relationship because they allow both people to feel respected and valued while maintaining their sense of individuality. Setting boundaries is not about keeping your partner at a distance, but about ensuring that there is mutual respect for each other's needs and limits. When you have healthy boundaries, you create a space where both of you can feel safe and comfortable knowing that your emotions, thoughts, and values are honored. The first step in establishing healthy boundaries is knowing your own limits. This means understanding what you are comfortable with and what you are not, and being able to communicate that clearly. It's about recognizing your own needs and being honest with yourself about what is acceptable for you. This might involve setting limits on how much time you spend together, how you communicate, or how you handle certain issues. When you know your boundaries, you can communicate them with confidence and clarity, which prevents misunderstandings and resentment from building up. Communicating your boundaries is one of the most important aspects of maintaining them. It's essential to be direct and honest with your partner about what you need from the relationship. This doesn't mean creating ultimatums or demanding things, but rather expressing your needs in a way that invites understanding and cooperation. For example, if you need time for yourself or space to pursue your own interests, it's important to let your partner know in a calm and respectful way. When both partners understand each other's boundaries, it leads to a relationship built on trust and respect. Enforcing your boundaries is equally important. It's one thing to set boundaries, but if you don't stick to them, they lose their meaning. This means standing firm in your values, even when it's difficult. If your partner crosses a boundary, it's crucial to address it immediately rather than letting it slide. Letting small things go might seem easier in the moment, but over time it can lead to feelings of being disrespected or unappreciated. By enforcing your boundaries, you show that you value yourself and that you expect the same level of respect from your partner. Respecting his boundaries is also a key part of maintaining a healthy dynamic. Just as you need your boundaries to be respected, he needs his too. This requires empathy and understanding that he has his own limits, needs, and personal space. Respecting his boundaries means not pushing him to do things he isn't comfortable with or expecting him to meet all your needs at all times. It's about finding a balance where both of you can feel secure and comfortable within the relationship. When you respect his boundaries, he will feel more inclined to respect yours as well. Healthy boundaries also involve emotional independence. This means recognizing that you are responsible for your own emotions and not expecting your partner to manage or fix them for you. While it's important to lean on each other for support, it's equally important to maintain a sense of self-reliance. When both partners take responsibility for their own emotional well-being, it creates a healthier dynamic where neither person feels burdened by the other's emotional needs. This fosters a relationship based on mutual support rather than dependency. Boundaries also play a role in preventing unhealthy patterns from developing in the relationship. Without boundaries, it's easy for one person to start feeling overwhelmed or controlled by the other. This can lead to resentment, frustration, and eventually the breakdown of the relationship. But when both partners set clear boundaries and respect them, it creates an environment where both individuals can thrive. Each person feels empowered to be themselves without fear of being overshadowed or smothered by the other. Another important aspect of healthy boundaries is that they create a foundation of trust. When you and your partner have clear boundaries and respect each other's needs, it builds trust over time. You both know where you stand, and you both understand what is important to each other. This clarity helps prevent confusion or mixed signals, and it allows the relationship to grow in a stable and secure way. Ultimately, healthy boundaries are about creating a balance between togetherness and individuality. They allow both of you to be close without losing yourselves in the relationship. Boundaries ensure that there is mutual respect and understanding, while also providing the space for each person to pursue their own goals and interests. When you establish and maintain healthy boundaries, you create a relationship that is built on respect, trust, and emotional security, which are the key ingredients for a lasting and fulfilling partnership.